Hello, and thank you so much for loving your very own channel, The Utopian Garden. So, today I brought for you a video which is absolutely related to all the plants that will be there on your terrace, on your garden, in your garden, or in your balcony. So, basically, this is a slurry which is made out of all the organic waste that you may be getting. So, the last video that I had made, I got a couple of requests that the video wasn't that comprehensive, that I probably missed out on a certain on certain important details within the video. So what I'm going to do now is let you know step by step as to how you can come to this one, because what happens is that if you get this slurry, basically eventually what happens is that your plants grow faster than if you give just regular water, or if you use all kinds of fertilizers that you get from the market. And you can use them, you can use vermicompost or gypsum or whatever is there in the market, which is organic, of course, because I prefer organic over the chemical fertilizers any day. So I'll tell you step by step. First of all, I took this container. It's up to you which container you want to take. Probably you can take a mud pot or differently shaped one. I'm using a plastic one, so I basically selected this one because it was right there in front of my eyes in my kitchen, lying absolutely empty. So do one thing, put all your organic waste up until here, which is the halfway mark. So when you put it there up until here, so what you have got to do is fill up water, but to about 40-45% of the leftover volume. So leave it up until here. So what you have to do is, now that's the main and the critical point here is, get some jaggery, put it in warm water, mix it up, ensure that it is probably mixed up in the warm water, ensure that the water is lukewarm, so when you put your finger inside of it, it does not hurt your finger. So that is what the definition of lukewarm is. So it has to be lukewarm, because the next step is you'll put some yeast inside of it. So when you put some yeast, what happens is that the process of fermentation starts to happen. Fermentation is a process wherein CO2 is released and there is activity inside of the water that is there in front of you. So that takes about 10 minutes. So wait for 10 minutes after you've put yeast. So after doing that, as soon as you see fermentation happening, you will see a bubbly kind of an activity, bubbles. The water basically bubbles up, and there's a slight slimy layer on top of the water, which is basically showing and exhibiting to you that the fermentation is happening inside of the water. So anyway, now you have to put it in this one. It should be around 100 ml or maybe 50 ml. It depends on you. It's obviously, but it has to be small quantity, not large volume. So just about 50 or 200 ml of lukewarm water with jaggery and yeast. After the fermentation starts to happen, then put it inside it. Alright, so as soon as you put it inside, close this one. Do not tightly close it, just keep it slightly open, because fermentation is going to happen inside this one as well, because there's sugar content inside this. So fermentation will happen, yeast will play its role. So what it does is that it creates microorganisms inside of this slurry over a period of time. So when yeast is fermenting this whole solution, there will be gas, and that is CO2. So ensure that it is not tightly closed, because this may get cracked up. So, and then what you have to ensure is, after you've done all of that, basically keep this in shade under the shadow for about 3 to 4 days before it is ready to be poured into all of your terrace garden or what do you call that? I mean, in your garden, basically, in all your plants around your home or in your farm. So if you have a large farm, obviously this is not going to work. Then you anyways have the option of Javik, Khad and everything else. And this I'm recommending for urban gardeners, people who have about let's say about 20 pots, 30 pots, 50 pots to manage. This is like a good solution, because it is giving me a pretty good results. My plants are going quicker, they are greener. I do not have to worry about giving them some fertilizer being bought from the market. So I am loving it. So this is probably something that I'm sharing with you after using it for about 10 days, I would be honest. Yeah, about 10 days. So result has been decent. If it wasn't, probably the plants would have died, or they would have kind of maybe had mellowed kind of look on the leaves or in the stem. They are growing healthier, they're going bigger, they're going better. Hence I'm sharing this formula with you. So don't forget the yeast and the jaggery basically. And this is what I wanted to share with you today, like the whole step-by-step procedure. I do not know, basically, there's a disclaimer, I do not know how this will work with flowering plants, because as I said in one of my videos, my fundamentals are to ensure that I have the basic veggies and fruits at my disposal. Then I would possibly think about growing flowering plants. So that's probably third on my list: veggies, fruits, and then flowering plants. But probably 2, 3, 4, 6 months down the line, not right now. So I do not know how this is going to work with flowering plants. So I'm just being honest, right? So thank you so much for watching my video, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Keep smiling.